Ow, 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 ow. Oh, my knee. Yeah, deciding to sit on the floor to film this was probably not the smartest choice. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Carson and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video, I'm reacting to the fourth and final part of Demi Lovato's Dancing with the Devil documentary. And I am more nervous about this part than I think I've been about any other part so far. Solely because I know a spoiler that Demi talks about in this episode, and my response to it is gonna have some mixed reviews, so I'm just mentally preparing myself for that. I want to give you guys a little bit of an update about something though, because it'll kind of explain the intro of this video. I got into a longboard accident yesterday. I was going down a hill and I made it across the street and I was doing fine, and then this car zoomed past me and it was almost on the road, so I jumped thinking I was about to get clipped, and I fell, and now I have to be very careful with my knees. And my doctor decided while I was getting checked out today to also give me some blood work, so yeah, I've just been in pain for the last 2 days. Hopefully, I'm not in too much pain after sitting on the floor for half an hour, but we'll see. But before any of that, let's do our Duck of the Day shoutout. I'm officially out of ducks. I told you guys I was running out of ducks, and we've reached that point. I have officially shouted out every single person who has ever done at least one of my prompts. So, if you want to become the next Duck of the Day, go to my Instagram, or my Twitter, or my TikTok, look at my prompts, use the hashtag Carson's Creatives, and tag me at Carson Bohdi. Poems, prose, drawing, whatever the heck you want to do, just make it creative, and I will share your work here at the start of my videos. Yeah, let's be creative together. Now, if you just clicked on this video because the title is enticing for you, hi, my name is Carson Bohdi, my pronouns are she, her, and I am a poet, songwriter, mental health advocate, and awkward duck. And if any of that is interesting to you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment below something you want me to react to after this series is done, and subscribe. Also, hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. Now, with all of that said, let's just jump into the video. I am so... Also, Ned is back. He wanted to watch the final episode with me. And another one of my stuffed animal children was actually kind of upset that I excluded her, so Dory's here as well. I didn't know that you were such a big Lovatic until you saw my last video and you got so annoyed at me. Look at those eyes. You can see the passive aggressiveness in her eyes. Boom.
First off, thank you for doing it.
The special thing about Demi is
I know she was gonna be in the documentary, but God, I was not expecting it right away. What? Oh. You have no idea how much I love Christina Aguilera. Insert a clip of me at karaoke right here. A literal queen.
nothing can define you within a moment in time. But I think you truly do have to go through some things and some lessons to catapult yourself to the next level. She's a real gem, that one.
I'm Will Ferrell. I'm, depending on who you talk to, either a beloved comedic actor or hated for everything I say or do.
I didn't know people didn't like Will Ferrell. Is that like a thing? I really had no idea. I mean, I personally love Will Ferrell solely for the movie Elf. If you did not see over Christmas, I did a little Elf parody on my channel. You can watch it right up here. But yeah, it was something.
I first heard Demi Lovato's music quite a while ago, and I loved her voice.
Elton
I
John.
asked her to come and
Oh. These title sequences, my god.
And that's what I did with this, was like, how can I use this experience to work on myself?
I know 2020 is a dark year for all of us, but it feels dirty to say this. She's had like the best year ever.
Through this quarantine.
Mood. 2020 was like my best year since I can't even tell you how long. If you watched my Goodbye 2020 video, you would hear about that. It's hard when everyone around you is suffering and you're like thriving in the situation that it's so horrible. But I think we can't feel guilty about that. I think if we're constantly made to feel guilty about having good come out of the darkness, then we're just going to keep pushing the good away, and I don't think that's a healthy mentality to be in.
She's grown so much. She's meditating and doing all of these different things for herself.
Even if it's as
Me
simple
too.
as stretching before bed, things that I just didn't take time to do.
I hope that she's not saging stuff that's supposed to be used for Native or Indigenous practices. I'm not sure if that's something that can be gatekept or not, but I've heard a lot of Native people say that.
Before quarantine, I'm now taking time to do. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna take this time to spend with my family and get to know my boyfriend and cuddle with my dogs more.
Oh God. Oh.
He just fit right in with the whole family.
My mom gave to me and she was like, listen, I just want to let you know, Demi's met this guy and I think he's going to be around for a while.
There have been times in my life where I've felt so alone. Now that I have found him, I feel amazing.
Oof.
Hi guys, this is so weird talking to the camera.
Wait,
by
July.
myself while my boyfriend's asleep. Oh my god, fiance. So, yeah, I don't know if you got that, but this is the ring.
This is so trippy. Like knowing everything that happened. This is so trippy, man.
He was with someone that was making her so happy.
I'm kind of scared to know life without quarantine with him.
Although there was a lot of concerns, we were all still really happy that she was just feeling so good and that she had somebody with her through this time.
Oh.
I am no longer engaged. I'm really sad that things ended the way that they did. Good news is I haven't picked up any hard drugs or anything like that. I'm hanging in there.
Good job.
Ugh,
Good job.
it's just shitty.
Yeah, I understand. Good job, though. Later that night. Oh. Oh, dang. Oh.
The video I made earlier wasn't an accurate representation of what I'm going through. So I thought this whole time that I didn't miss him. I just missed the person that I started quarantining with. And I don't know how to give my heart to someone after this.
I mean, you will. You will give your heart to someone after this, someone who deserves your love.
I didn't actually know the person that I was engaged to.
Like all the people that were like, oh, they rushed into it, or, you know, oh, it's not gonna last, and then like you proved him right. We were only together 4 or 5 months.
Yes.
And like, honestly, it was false advertising.
Yeah.
When you both got into your separate work modes, you're like, this is not the person that I thought it was. Because it was 2020. You didn't get to normally date like you do.
Right. It's just like, of course that accelerated, and I didn't even have my best friends to hang out with in quarantine.
I mean, I was just as shocked as the rest of the world at some of the things that were said and done.
When you were done, you were done.
Yes. Done.
And I'm like, how are you? You're like, I'm good.
Yes, she was. She is.
If I found a Demi Lovato, I would want to lock her down too.
Same.
There's so much more in me that I have yet to explore, and one of the good things about this experience is that I've used this time to look within, and also I feel like I'm actually too queer to marry a man in my life right now.
Hey, Demi. How do you like... Hey. I can't flirt worth a shit, but... Hey. I'm so awkward. Oh my god. I feel that, though. I feel that. Like, there was a period of time where I was almost entirely exclusively dating men, but I still was queer. Now, looking at myself where I'm at right now, I'm at the same place where, like, I can't see myself being with a guy right now. And it's funny because I came out as demi-bi, like, a year ago. And literally a month after it happened, I was like, why do I feel the need to share this with people? I don't want to share it with people. I'm just fluid with that crap. And whoever I like is whoever I like. At first, I came out as gay on the internet. And that led to a whole bunch of trauma. Then I came out as bi, and I was actively out as bi for like 6 years. And then quarantine hit, and I came out as demi-bi. And then I realized none of it really matters. At the end of the day, whoever I'm with is whoever I'm with. If I'm with a guy, it doesn't make me straight. If I'm with a girl, it doesn't make me gay. If I'm with someone who's non-binary, fun, cool, lit, awesome, doesn't define my entire sexuality. That's something I've learned in quarantine, personally. So I'm glad that she has discovered more about herself in that department, because I think a lot of people have come to learn about comp het and just how that really has impacted them. There's an entire document describing this that was going around early last year. I'm gonna have that linked in the description, because when I read it, I was shook. There was a lot of things in there that I resonated with. It was a lot. So if you're interested to read that document and learn more about comp het and what that even means, I'm gonna have that linked in the description as well, so you guys can check that out and see for yourself. I think that's one of the best aspects of quarantine. It has really forced a lot of us to look within and discover who we are and what we really want. So if I can provide a tool for someone that might be of use, I would love to share that with you guys. So yeah, in the description.
Marijuana, I feel like that's setting myself up for failure, because I am such a black and white thinker. I had it drilled into my head for so many years that one drink was equivalent to a crack pipe. I've been hesitant to share until now that I've been smoking weed and drinking in moderation after almost dying from the OD, and after so many years of being the poster child of sobriety. I didn't want people to criticize me for that. And I also don't want people to hear that and think that they can just go out and try having a drink or smoking a joint, because it isn't for everybody. Recovery isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. And you shouldn't be forced to get sober if you're not ready. You shouldn't get sober for other people. You have to do it for yourself.
This is the part where I knew I'm gonna get a lot of different reactions. And I know that by saying this, I can't take it back, and it's gonna confuse a lot of you watching this video, but be mindful that what I'm about to say, like everything I've said throughout all these videos that I've been talking about this, I'm just speaking from my own experience. This is solely my opinion. At the end of the day, as long as she is, with her team working on this. My opinion doesn't really matter. I'm just some awkward duck in Canada. Like, my opinion of what she does has literally no bearing on her life. But I do want to share it because I think it does showcase the different range of reactions people probably will have. So, do I think that Demi should be drinking? Absolutely not. And I say that based off things that she has said in the past. In this documentary, actually, she talks about the time where she got drunk in the back of a car service to the airport. And that was her lowest moment when she was 18, 19 years old. So the drinking in moderation thing does make me extremely uncomfortable, and that has me worrying for her. When it comes to marijuana, though, I have a very different response. Okay. I don't know why I'm so anxious to talk about this. If someone were to just flat out ask me, I'd be honest about it, but like saying it on camera is so different. Okay. I know alcoholics who use marijuana as a tool to treat mental health issues that led to their addiction. I am one of those people. I used to smoke weed a lot when I was drinking in heavy quantitative amounts, but I never felt like I needed it in the same way that I felt like I needed alcohol. And there was a period when I first got sober in April of 2020 where I was completely sober. No marijuana, no alcohol, nothing. And I almost broke again. I think it was near the end of that month. A lot of stuff had went down, and I needed something to rely on in that moment. My anxiety was really high. I wasn't sleeping properly. And I turned to some marijuana. Nothing like I had smoked in the past before. And it helped me a lot. I use it primarily to help my mind when I am not doing okay. Literally the other week, I smoked some marijuana and cleaned my room and did a self-care night and then went to bed. I think the major difference between alcohol and marijuana for me personally is with alcohol, I was going to ruin my life. And with marijuana, I sleep and go to work the very next day. It's a massive difference in how it affects me in my life. And I know for a lot of people that's not going to make a lot of sense, and that's completely okay. The way that I go about it is not what's always recommended. Every addict, every alcoholic has their own journey with it. And if I ever felt like I needed marijuana, I would stop. There are periods of time where I literally do not smoke for a month or 2 months at a time. And I think that this idea that we have to stick to one form of treatment is ridiculous. If it wasn't for a mixture of different things, DBT therapy, meditation, marijuana, exercise, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, mentally better than I've ever been. So I think this whole idea that we have to put everyone on a one set track is not perfect. But I think if you've ever had a problem with a substance where you've needed it in the past, you probably shouldn't be going back to that substance, which is why I'm a little iffy with Demi drinking. So I'm not completely against what she's doing. I'm not completely for what she's doing. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Ultimately, though, at the end of the day, if her team is aware of this and they approve of it and she's being open and honest about it like she has been in this documentary, then we really cannot hold that against her. Honesty is a massive pillar in sobriety, and not everyone is going to recover the same way. So if you're hearing what Demi's going through and you think, oh, maybe that'll work for me, stop, talk to your mental health care team, figure out a plan, and don't just jump into it without telling people. If you feel like you have to hide it, you probably shouldn't be doing it.
Hey, I'm going to try smoking weed. Okay, let's talk about that. I don't want to be completely abstinent. You know, I want to be able to see if I can have a drink.
The weed thing is very new. I think she's exploring her boundaries with that now.
It does kind of scare me now to know that she isn't sober.
You know, I don't know if being dead sober would be the best thing for her, honestly. I don't know if it wouldn't, though. I think that that's not really my place.
Moderation doesn't work. Sorry. If you drink, you're going to drink more. If you take a pill, you're going to take another one. You either do it or you don't.
Demi knows the whole moderation thing is not something I truly agree with. What I've learned with addiction is if I push her to do what I want, I push her away. I can't control her. What I can do is be a friend and hope that she's right.
Any path that is right for someone else does not mean that it is an effective, meaningful, safe path for you. Being dogmatic about, oh, someone must be abstinent and they can never have another substance is just as harmful as saying, oh, well, you know, moderation works for Demi Lovato, therefore it'll work for me. And so my hope is that the message that people get is that we encourage people to explore and say, what is truly meaningful to me and what actually works for me?
Demi had told me a story in the past of like 8 years straight she had gotten watermelon cakes for her birthday, and it was always devastating because they were trying to keep her weight down.
When I would go on trips with her previously, it was an understanding, okay, we will eat when she eats, but there will be no snacking outside of that. This trip to Palm Springs, we ate whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted. She had 3 birthday cakes, which was a huge deal for her because previously she had just had watermelon cakes.
Yes.
Wait, where's that from?
Susie cakes.
Susie cakes.
Yes.
We haven't had a Susie cake for your birthday ever? This is so cool.
Happy birthday.
Demi was like, this is great. We get to just
It's your birthday and you can have 3 cakes if you want to. Literally my 23rd birthday, I had cake, I had half a pizza, I had ice cream, I had turmeric lemonade, which, by the way, if you've never had turmeric lemonade, get some. It's incredible. But yeah, I know exactly what they mean by that.
in real time realized that was something she could do, and it was really beautiful.
Wow,
That's the best part about my life today, is that I'm in control of it, and what I eat is my decision. What I don't eat is my decision. What I do is my decision, and I'm really, really, really grateful of the team that I have today.
Who are those people that you're referring to?
Definitely Max, Scott, and Scooter, obviously. I just have so many incredible people in my life today.
And that the people in her life continue to support her being authentic and her ability to make her own choices.
I am very, very aware of how blessed, lucky I am. Not everybody has the same resources or capabilities to get the help they need.
So glad that you brought this up because for me, I got access to DBT for free from an organization that offers that to people who cannot afford it. I was very, very lucky to get into that. I'm very lucky that I knew someone who was able to introduce me to that facility and get me the help that I needed. But in terms of like receiving a diagnosis for my issues and things like that, I have not been as lucky with because I don't have the money to afford a diagnosis. I actually remember back in university when I tried to get a diagnosis, and I spent like 2 whole sessions like pouring out my life and everything that I have been feeling and going through, hoping that something could come from it. And they said, I don't know, maybe you're depressed. Good luck. Not all that helpful, you know what I mean? I never ended up getting a proper diagnosis, and that sucks, but I'm very lucky for the help and the treatment that I did receive, because it did get me to where I'm at today. And at the end of the day, I didn't need the diagnoses to get the help that I needed. And that worked for me, but that's not how it'll go for everybody. Something that I will always say is so important that we all need to have basic access to is dental and mental health. They put such a high price tag on those things, but it's something we all need to have access to. Even in Canada, where I live, where there's free healthcare, mental health care and dental health care, non-existent. And those two areas of healthcare have really screwed up my life for the last 2 years. So much so that I'm like having to look into a new dentist because last time I went to the dentist was traumatic. But that's a whole other video. I might actually make a video going to the dentist. Let me know if you want to see that, by the way. I've been thinking about that a lot recently. But anyway, back to the video.
Feel will support me.
Isolation is the worst thing you can do. Ask for help. Asking for help was so hard for me.
Ironic. I've never felt more isolated in my life in this pandemic, but I also feel the most secure in myself. I think for me personally, getting help was needed at that time, and then being alone and working on the tools that I've been given was very important, and I did not do that. I don't talk to many people anymore, and if I were hit by a car today and left on the sidewalk for dead, I can think of maybe 3 people who I would actually call. And I am so at peace with knowing that. Because I know that those people would drop everything to come help me if I needed it. And they know who they are. I've made it abundantly clear to those people that they know who they are. And on the off chance they're watching my videos, I love you guys. Thank you for not giving up on me.
It doesn't mean to say you're cured, because you never will be. Addiction is a lifelong thing, but you can have the most fantastic life. I've been sober 30 years. I've had the most incredible things happen to me, and I'm hoping that she does too, because she is such a great girl.
That's 30 years is incredible.
Your bipolar diagnosis.
Oh.
How does your diagnosis affect your life today?
Well, that's a really interesting question because I've been told that they think I was misdiagnosed when I was 18. I came out to the public when I found out I was bipolar because I thought that it put a reasoning behind my actions. But what I didn't do was get a second opinion. You take something public, you become an advocate for it. I was acting out when I was 18 for many reasons, but I know now from multiple different doctors that it was not because I was bipolar. And I had to grow up. I had to grow the up.
There's another disorder that I'm not going to say on camera that kind of lines up with why I think she might have been diagnosed with bipolar. I'm not saying it because I want to not diagnose someone. I'm not a doctor. But just everything she said, everything that she's experienced, it really lines up with a particular diagnosis. Ooh. I like that design.
These are my legs now.
Art isn't.
Batman!
Ella wants to show you.
Ella,
Ella,
show me, baby.
This is my pup
Hey,
area.
little girl.
You're doing your little empty cribs?
Come on, this is so exciting. How gay your house is.
Your house is so perfect.
So gay. The kitchen's not done. Like, I have to paint
It's
it.
too straight, yeah.
Yeah,
It's too
I agree. It's a little too hetero.
I love this little butt.
Oh yeah, the pottery is like everything to me. Wow.
My place is too straight. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm like, this house is so straight. Ew.
Exactly.
Wow. Wait.
In the studio, Demi is in her house.
I really hope. Wait. I can't hear any music. I have not. Okay. So as I'm recording this, it is April 6th. I have not listened to Demi's new album yet. Because I am reacting to it on camera. I'm either filming it right after this one or tomorrow. So, like, I really, really hope I don't hear any of her new music. Because I've been carefully avoiding it like the plague.
Place. She feels free there. She feels she could be honest there. When she's in the studio, I think she's actually truly present.
No, I can't hear this. I can't hear this. I'm not. Nope, I'm not. I can't hear this. I'm just gonna watch it for. Nope.
For years now, my life has changed more in the past 2 years than it has my whole life. With that comes reworking of an album.
We're not worried about making the pop radio hits. I told her, let's tell a story. Let's make a body of work that tells your story.
I can't listen to this. Oh, god damn it. I don't want any spoilers. Oh.
Oh shit, you want to keep going, okay.
I don't know, I just was feeling... All of my albums have been my babies, but this one I'm watching turn into a teenager because it's evolved so much.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Anyone talking about what's happening. I've got to help other people by telling a bigger story. You know, being in LA when all of these protests were going on, understanding that, like, I can never understand what people of color deal with on a daily basis. It was just a lot.
Chills for that. So I can say the exact same thing. I'll never know.
I made that decision to find balance, and I've been doing awesome ever since. The one slip up that I ever had with those drugs again, the scariest thing to me was picking up heroin and realizing, wow, this isn't strong enough anymore, because what I had done the night I overdosed was fentanyl. And that's a whole other beast. Realizing the high I wanted would kill me was what I needed to get me clean for good.
Holy shit.
I decided I'm getting my hair cut on Monday. I've been thinking about this for actually years and never had the balls to do it. As I'm talking about this and as I'm healing and growing and working and doing all this stuff, it's just that developmental trauma that really sticks with you and kind of sticks with everyone into the rest of their lives. And that's a part of why I'm chopping my hair off, is because I want to be free of all of that.
Okay, let's talk about that. I've talked about this a lot over the years that I've been doing social media stuff. I have a very complex relationship with my hair. I really want to cut it short, like a boyish haircut. But every time I go to get my hair cut, I chicken out, or I'm told that's not going to look good on you, or something. In fact, on my 22nd birthday, I was offered by my friend who does hair cutting, like, hey, do you want me to cut your hair? And everyone was really excited, and I had a full-on panic attack because it brought up developmental trauma, like Demi described. And even touching on it now, I'm getting a little anxious. There are a few videos up on my channel where I do cut my hair shorter, but never to a length that I really loved. Like, I enjoyed it, and then a week later I'd want to cut it shorter. And like, even now this is really long, and I've been complaining about this for about, I don't know how many, like, weeks. I had seen people in my life have their hair short and still look feminine. And I think I'm getting closer now to a point where I can cut my hair short. And when that happens, I will be making a video for you guys to document that experience, because it has played such a massive role in my life. I've had to overcome a lot of things I was told to believe. There were a lot of different things that I was told throughout my life that weren't true. I feel like now in my life, I'm starting to combat that. For example, the longboard that I recently got. Yeah, it might have caused me to fall yesterday and miss work, but I am living out a childhood dream of mine, and I couldn't be happier about it. So at the end of the day, I'm good. And I think that has been a massive step for me in terms of getting to a point where I can wear my hair the way that I genuinely want to wear it, and not based around what other people tell me I should do. And I hope very, very soon you guys will be able to see that.
I feel like right now it just represents the femininity that I have always been too afraid to let go of. Bye!
Yes!
Very symbolic of
Get it, girl.
letting go of my past, letting go of the old me. She had great hair, blah, blah, blah.
I love her
I'm
hair.
not living my life for other people, or their headlines, or their Twitter comments.
To be honest, I think her shorter hair looks better on her. Yes! Yes!
It's interesting. Life ebbs and flows. Life is fluid, and I'm fluid, and that's all I know.
Wow. Wait, is there gonna be an end scene?
I think if anyone were to say, I've got this figured out, I know what I'm doing, you don't know what you're doing.
Liars. Yep, liars.
Is that a message?
That shit happens to me all the time. Thank you. At least you got it on camera.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Literally same. If you look back on some of my early videos, you see like orbs flying around and everything. Same. Wow. Feels like I just finished a marathon with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Remember, if you have not already, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, subscribe, hit that post notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And I will see you next time with a reaction video to Demi Lovato, Dancing with the Devil, The Art of Starting Over. So excited to finally listen to this album. Also, it's 444 right now. I just looked at the clock, it's 444. So, for people who like numerology, there's that. Bye guys.